The 5-second rule is a simple yet incredibly powerful tool that can instantly change your life. At its core, this rule is about overcoming hesitation and taking immediate action when you feel the instinct to do something, whether it's pursuing a goal, starting a new project, or making a change in your life. The concept is simple. When an idea, task, or goal pops into your mind, you have 5 seconds to act on it before your brain starts convincing you to stay comfortable, procrastinate, or avoid the challenge. What makes the 5-second rule so effective is that it taps into the power of momentum. When you act within those first 5 seconds, you bypass the negative thoughts and self-doubt that often hold you back. Your brain wants to keep you safe, and the longer you wait, the more likely you are to talk yourself out of taking action. The beauty of the 5-second rule is that it empowers you to break free from that hesitation, pushing you to take bold steps and create the change you desire. So, the next time an opportunity presents itself, remember the 5-second rule, count down, and take that first step toward transforming your life. The science behind the 5-second rule lies in the fascinating psychology of hesitation. Our brains are wired for survival, and as a result, they naturally seek comfort and familiarity. This instinct is deeply ingrained, and it often works against us when we try to push ourselves outside of our comfort zones. When faced with the opportunity to take action, our brains instantly trigger a series of responses designed to protect us from perceived risk or discomfort. This resistance often manifests as procrastination, self-doubt, or the overwhelming urge to stay in the status quo. The longer we hesitate, the more we feed into these negative thoughts, which can prevent us from taking the actions necessary to make progress. Here's where the power of the 5-second rule comes in. The rule essentially helps you bypass the brain's natural resistance. When you have an instinct to act, the 5-second countdown creates a sense of urgency, forcing you to make a decision before your brain has the chance to talk you out of it. The countdown works on a neurological level by interrupting the habitual thought process that leads to hesitation. By counting down from 5 to 1, you disrupt the brain's automatic response and activate the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, problem-solving, and taking action. The shift in brain activity is critical because it helps you break free from the automatic negative reactions that typically follow an urge to act. Instead of overthinking, doubting, or second-guessing, the countdown creates a sense of focus and clarity, allowing you to take that first step with confidence. This is why the 5-second rule is so powerful. It takes advantage of our brain's natural processes, but instead of allowing hesitation to control us, we take control of the situation. Moreover, the science behind this rule suggests that by consistently using the 5-second rule, we can rewire our brains to act more decisively over time. Each time you push past hesitation and take action, you're strengthening your ability to make quick, confident decisions. Over time, this leads to increased productivity, less procrastination, and a greater sense of control over your life. The more you use the rule, the more you retrain your brain to act on opportunities, setting yourself up for greater success and personal growth. The power of immediate action is one of the most transformative aspects of the 5-second rule. When you take action right away, even if it's small or imperfect, you begin to build momentum that propels you forward. Momentum is a force that carries you from one step to the next, creating a powerful cycle of progress. Think of it like pushing a heavy boulder. At first it seems difficult and slow, but once you get it moving, it becomes easier and easier to keep it rolling. The same applies to our goals and dreams. By taking that initial step, no matter how minor, you generate a sense of achievement and forward motion which boosts your confidence and motivates you to keep going. Immediate action works wonders in building self-confidence. Every time you take action, regardless of the outcome, you prove to yourself that you are capable of moving forward. This act of moving despite fear or uncertainty helps to silence the inner critic and strengthens your belief in your own abilities. The more you act, the more confident you become, which leads to even more action and greater results. It's a snowball effect. One small decision to act leads to the next, and soon you're achieving things you once thought impossible. Another critical aspect of immediate action is that it eliminates the trap of perfectionism. Many people fall into the trap of waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan before taking action. But the truth is, perfection is an illusion. No action is ever flawless, and mistakes are a natural part of the learning and growing process. By taking action without waiting for perfection, you allow yourself to make progress, learn from failures, and grow along the way. Every step, no matter how imperfect, moves you closer to your goals and teaches you valuable lessons that would otherwise be missed if you waited for everything to be just right. In fact, action itself is often a key to discovering what works and what doesn't. The process of trial and error is essential to growth. The more you act, the more you refine your approach and uncover new insights. So whether it's a tiny step or a giant leap, taking immediate action sets the stage for progress. It pushes you past self-doubt, breaks down barriers, and builds the momentum necessary to achieve long-term success. The simple truth is that nothing happens without action. And the sooner you begin, the sooner you'll see the results. Overcoming fear and doubt is one of the greatest challenges we all face when striving to make changes in our lives. Fear has a way of keeping us stuck, holding us back from pursuing our goals, taking risks, and seizing opportunities. We often find ourselves paralyzed by thoughts of failure, rejection, or making the wrong decision. But the beauty of the 5-second rule is that it empowers you to act despite the fear. Not because the fear disappears, but because you refuse to let it control you. The countdown is like a mental switch. When you hit that 5-second mark, you take action without giving your brain a chance to talk you out of it. By using the 5-second rule, you develop the ability to face challenges head-on, even when you're scared. It's not that fear goes away, but rather, you begin to push through it. Fear no longer dictates your decisions or holds you back from the things you want to achieve. Every time you take action despite feeling afraid, you train your brain to handle discomfort and uncertainty with greater resilience. It's a way of teaching yourself that fear is simply an emotion, not a command to freeze. And as you take more action, you'll find that the fear becomes less overwhelming because you've proven to yourself that you can push through it and move forward anyway. This brings us to the importance of embracing discomfort. Growth happens outside your comfort zone, and this is where the 5-second rule truly shines. The rule helps you take that initial step into the unknown, even when it feels uncomfortable or risky. The more you step outside your comfort zone, the more you expand your limits and develop new skills. The discomfort you feel is not something to fear, it's a sign that you're growing, evolving, and pushing past the boundaries that once held you back. Taking that first step, even if it's small, is often the hardest part. But once you've made it, you start to realize that discomfort isn't as frightening as you thought. In fact, it becomes a catalyst for progress. Each time you embrace discomfort, it gets a little easier, and you begin to seek out challenges as opportunities for growth. The 5-second rule helps you to take that first step, even when fear and doubt try to hold you back. And through this simple act, you unlock the ability to face discomfort with courage and use it as a stepping stone to greater success. So remember, every moment you face fear head-on is a moment of growth, and the more you embrace it, the more unstoppable you become. creating lasting change is not about waiting for the perfect moment or feeling completely ready. It's about consistently using the 5-second rule to take action and make progress, no matter how small. By applying this rule repeatedly, you begin to build new habits that replace old, limiting patterns of behavior. Every time you push through hesitation and take action, you are training your brain to act swiftly and decisively. Over time, these moments of action accumulate, leading to positive changes in your life that once seemed impossible. The consistency of using the rule helps to rewire your thought patterns and shifts your mindset from one of doubt and hesitation. The beauty of the 5-second rule is that it works across all areas of your life. People have transformed their careers, health, relationships, and personal growth simply by using that 5-second window to take action. For instance, consider someone trying to get in shape. They might be faced with the decision to go for a run, but the initial urge is often met with resistance, thoughts of being too tired or uncomfortable. However, by using the 5-second rule, they override those thoughts and take action right away. Once they put on their shoes and step outside, momentum kicks in, and the workout is no longer a daunting task but a natural part of their routine. Over time, those small decisions to act, whether it's exercising, eating healthier, or getting enough sleep, build into a lasting habit that leads to improved health and well-being. In relationships, the 5-second rule helps people take immediate action to connect, communicate, and resolve conflicts. Whether it's reaching out to a friend, apologizing to a loved one, or expressing gratitude, the rule helps people act on those instincts before fear or pride can get in the way. By consistently using the rule, relationships grow stronger and people experience more meaningful, fulfilling connections. In career and personal growth, the rule has helped individuals take bold steps toward pursuing their dreams. Whether it's applying for a new job, starting a business, or speaking up in meetings. The simple act of counting down and taking immediate action has led countless people to break free from stagnation and unlock their true potential. These stories show that transformation doesn't require monumental efforts. It's about making small, courageous decisions every day. By committing to the 5-second rule, you're not just taking action in the moment, you're creating a foundation for lasting change that will improve every aspect of your life. Through consistent, intentional action, you'll begin to see yourself evolve into the person you've always wanted to be. Procrastination is one of the greatest barriers to achieving our goals. It's a habit that many of us are all too familiar with. We tell ourselves we'll do something later, whether it's starting a project, working out, or addressing an important issue. And then we never get around to it. Why does this happen? The truth is, procrastination isn't about laziness. It's about avoiding discomfort. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. So when faced with tasks that feel challenging or overwhelming, our minds try to push them aside. We'll distract ourselves, come up with excuses, or tell ourselves, I'll do it tomorrow. But the problem with procrastination is that it only increases stress, anxiety, and the feeling of being stuck. This is where the 5-second rule steps in to break the cycle of procrastination. The rule is all about taking immediate action now, instead of putting things off until later. When you have the instinct to do something, whether it's a big task or a small one, the 5-second rule helps you act within 5 seconds, before your brain has the chance to convince you that you can do it later. The countdown creates urgency, disrupts the habit of procrastination, and forces you to take action without overthinking or hesitating. This shift in your behavior is powerful because it stops procrastination in its tracks. What's more, the 5-second rule makes it easier to take action in the face of discomfort. Procrastination thrives on the avoidance of things that feel difficult, stressful, uncomfortable. But once you use the rule to take that first step, you begin to realize that the discomfort is often much less intimidating than you thought. The task becomes less overwhelming once you've started, and by acting immediately, you reduce the mental burden of having something hanging over your head. You've broken the procrastination cycle, and that feeling of relief and accomplishment is liberating. When you stop procrastinating, you unlock more freedom in your life. You no longer have tasks building up, creating stress and mental clutter. Instead, you experience a greater sense of control, peace of mind, and progress. This freedom extends beyond simply checking things off your to-do list. It impacts your mental well-being. No longer do you carry the weight of unfinished tasks or the constant nagging feeling of, "I'll get to it later." By using the 5-second rule consistently, you take charge of your life, create positive momentum, and reduce the anxiety that procrastination breeds. It's a simple tool that transforms the way you approach challenges, leading to less stress and more freedom to focus on the things that truly matter. Living with purpose and intent is something many of us strive for, but often struggle to achieve. We get caught up in the rush of daily life, reacting to things rather than taking proactive, intentional action. The 5-second rule is a powerful tool that helps you break free from the chaos and align your actions with your goals and values. By acting quickly, you make the conscious decision to move forward in a way that reflects who you are and what you want to achieve. It's a way to put your goals into motion and ensure that each moment is spent in pursuit of something meaningful. When you use the 5-second rule, you're not just reacting to circumstances. You're actively shaping the course of your day and your life. Whether it's pursuing a career goal, prioritizing your health, or making time for the people who matter most, the rule helps you make choices that are in alignment with your values. Each time you act without hesitation, you create a sense of intentionality. Instead of waiting for the right time or letting fear dictate your decisions, you take control of the moment and move toward your purpose with confidence. This shift in mindset is incredibly powerful. When you act intentionally, you stop letting distractions or procrastination pull you away from what truly matters. The 5-second rule helps you focus on your goals and take action in the direction you want to go, regardless of how you feel in the moment. It's about making small, decisive moves that over time add up to significant progress. You start living less reactively and more purposefully, creating the life you've always wanted rather than letting life happen to you. Moreover, the 5-second rule helps you reclaim control over your day. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, to let time slip away without making meaningful progress on what you truly care about. But by using the rule to take action quickly, you prevent the distractions and delays that steal your time. Instead of wondering where the day went or feeling like you've accomplished nothing, you actively direct your energy toward your priorities. This not only gives you a greater sense of control, but it also increases your productivity, your focus, and your sense of fulfillment. Ultimately, living with purpose and intent comes down to taking responsibility for your actions and your life. The 5-second rule gives you the power to do just that. It's about choosing to act in a way that aligns with your deepest values and goals. It's about making the most of every opportunity, no matter how small, and consistently moving forward with a sense of purpose. By incorporating this simple tool into your daily routine, you create a life that is driven by intentional decisions, rather than being led by the whims of procrastination or doubt. The rule is your guide to living with clarity, direction, and unwavering purpose. The 5-second rule is powerful, but its real impact comes when we start applying it in our daily lives. It's not just about big moments of decision making, it's about integrating the rule into simple, everyday scenarios that can drive meaningful change. You can apply the 5-second rule to moments when hesitation tends to creep in, preventing you from taking action and moving forward. For example, when you wake up in the morning, you often have the choice to stay in bed or get up and start your day. Instead of letting yourself snooze for just 5 more minutes, use the 5-second rule. Count down from 5 to 1, and as soon as you reach 1, get up. That simple action of taking charge of your morning sets a positive tone for the rest of your day. Another great example is starting a workout. We've all been there. The couch is comfortable and the idea of exercising feels like too much. But when you apply the 5-second rule, you interrupt the voice in your head that's trying to convince you to skip it. Whether it's putting on your workout clothes or just stepping outside to take a walk, that small act of immediate action will create the momentum you need to follow through with your fitness goals. In professional settings, the 5-second rule can be just as effective. Many of us hesitate to speak up in meetings, especially if we are nervous about how our ideas will be received. But by using the rule, you can override that hesitation and act on the instinct to contribute. Whether it's raising your hand, offering an opinion, or taking on a new responsibility, taking action in those moments will boost your confidence and increase your visibility in the workplace. The same goes for personal growth and relationships. Have you ever had the urge to reach out to a friend or loved one, but then let self-doubt stop you? Perhaps you considered having a tough conversation or expressing your feelings, but procrastinated because of fear. With the 5-second rule, you can break through that hesitation and take immediate action. Whether it's sending a text, having an honest conversation, or setting a healthy boundary, applying the rule helps you act on what matters most in your relationships. One key aspect of applying the 5-second rule effectively is accountability. It's much easier to stay on track when you have someone to share your goals with and hold you accountable. Find a friend, colleague, or even a mentor to discuss the rule with and share your progress. Having someone to check in with can make a huge difference in staying committed to taking action. By supporting each other and holding each other accountable, you create a powerful partnership that drives results. You can encourage one another, celebrate small victories, and offer motivation during moments of doubt. The 5-second rule is all about action, and when you make it a habit in your daily life and hold yourself and others accountable, you'll start to see incredible transformation. Whether it's waking up earlier, hitting the gym, stepping up in meetings, or improving your relationships, the simple act of taking immediate action will create momentum and keep you moving forward toward the life you want to live. Celebrating success and progress, no matter how small, is an essential part of creating lasting change. Often we wait for the big wins, the major milestones, to acknowledge our efforts. But the truth is, the most significant progress happens in those small, seemingly insignificant moments of action. Every time you act on your instincts, every time you use the 5-second rule to push past hesitation and take that first step, you are building self-trust and confidence. These small wins, though they may seem minor at the time, accumulate over days, weeks, and months to create massive transformations in your life. When you act immediately, whether it's getting out of bed on time, making that important phone call, or speaking up in a meeting, you are proving to yourself that you are capable of moving forward. With each successful action, you reinforce your belief in your ability to make decisions and follow through. This builds self-trust, which is one of the most powerful things you can cultivate. The more you trust yourself to take action, the more confident you become in your ability to tackle bigger challenges. Small victories are not just moments of accomplishment, they are stepping stones toward greater self-belief and resilience. The key to sustaining motivation is to recognize and celebrate these small wins along the way. Every time you act on a goal, you are making progress, even if the outcome isn't perfect. It's important to acknowledge that progress, because the more you celebrate your victories, no matter how small, the more motivated you become to continue taking action. Whether you take a moment to reflect on your achievements or share them with a friend or colleague, celebrating reinforces the idea that your efforts matter and that every step forward is worth recognizing. Change is often gradual, but its impact is undeniable. When you use the 5-second rule consistently, you may not see immediate dramatic results, but over time, the cumulative effect is powerful. You are not just taking actions in the moment, you are creating a new mindset, one that is action-oriented, decisive, and committed to growth. The shift takes time, and the beauty is that even small incremental steps can have a profound impact on your life. So, while big changes may take time, it's the small, consistent actions you take every day that will eventually lead to the transformation you desire. And by celebrating those small victories, you not only reinforce your commitment to your goals, but also remind yourself that change is happening. And it's happening because of your consistent effort. Remember, it's not about waiting for the big moment to celebrate. It's about recognizing that every step you take is a victory in itself. Every time you act, you're moving closer to the person you want to become and the life you want to live. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with one powerful, transformative reminder. You have the power to change your life instantly. You don't have to wait for the perfect time or the perfect circumstances. The key to creating the life you've always dreamed of is taking action right now. And the simplest way to do that is by using the 5-second rule. All it takes is counting down from 5 to 1. And when you hit 1, you take immediate action. It's that simple, yet incredibly powerful. In just 5 seconds, you have the ability to override hesitation, break free from procrastination, and take the first step toward your goals. The beauty of the 5-second rule is that it doesn't require you to have everything figured out. You don't need to wait for motivation to strike or for everything to fall into place. The rule gives you the ability to act right now, before doubt, fear, or uncertainty can talk you out of it. You don't need to be perfect. What matters is that you take that first step, no matter how small, and start building momentum. The more you use this rule, the easier it gets, and the more control you have over your life. Today is the day to take control. Right now, you have the power to make a decision, to take action on that one thing you've been putting off, or to make progress toward that goal you've been dreaming about. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for things to feel right. The time to act is now. Whether it's getting up early, starting that project, speaking up in a meeting, or simply taking a step toward your health or relationships, take action today. Every moment you delay is another moment you let fear, doubt, or procrastination keep you stuck. The 5-second rule is your tool to break free from those limitations and start living with purpose and direction. It's your ticket to reclaiming your life, building momentum, and making your dreams a reality. So I encourage you right now to commit to this rule, to use it in your life today, and to take that first step toward change. No more waiting. No more excuses. The power is in your hands. Start counting down from 5 to 1 and take action now. Your future self will thank you for the steps you take today. Let's make this the moment where your transformation begins. As we reach the end of this moment of inspiration, I want to thank you for taking the time to invest in yourself and your future. Remember, the power to change your life is in your hands, and all it takes is the courage to take that first step. So, if this video resonated with you, don't just let it stop here. Take action right now, apply the 5-second rule in your life, and start seeing the transformation unfold before you. If you found this message helpful and you're ready to take control of your life, I'd love for you to hit that like button, Share your thoughts in the comments below. What are you committing to take action on today? Your journey could inspire others, and together, we can create a community of people taking bold steps toward their dreams. And if you want more motivation, tips, and inspiration to keep you moving forward, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. That way you won't miss any of the powerful content we're creating to help you live your best life. Thank you for being here, for believing in yourself, and for making the decision to take action. Now go out there, use the 5-second rule, and start making your dreams a reality. You've got this.